There we go. Hi everyone, it's your girl IndieBomb.com. Welcome back to my channel. Sorry if the lighting is a little bit off. I had to improvise because I forgot the plug to my ring light. And I am out of town currently. But I know I've been saying I had some real life for y'all and some real life tea. And I actually do. It just took me, a day to shoot this video. I wanted to do it yesterday, but I was exhausted, so here we are today. Now, yesterday I thought that I'd be making this grand announcement that I'm officially a PAC, aka a certified physician assistant, and you get your certification from the Pance or research from the panre, as you guys know, or if you don't know, now you know. But yes, I thought I'd be making this, this wonderful announcement, like, y'all, I did it, I'm done. But yesterday I got my Pance results and I did not pass my Pance on my first try. Now, this is really hard to say because when I first found out, I cried. I called my mom. She gave me a pep talk. I was just like, yo, what the, like, I studied my butt off. I used Rash Review, I used Pants Prep Pearls, I used online med ed, I used notes from any source that I could get. I used the certification book by Lang. I can't even remember the name of it right now. I did thousands of questions. My projected Pants score on Rash Review was like a 670. On Rash Review I had an 89% chance of passing, and I did not pass by a couple of points, and that was like the most devastating news that I've gotten as far as my professional life goes. But it wasn't due to a lack of knowledge of the content on the exam. It wasn't due to me not studying enough. It wasn't because I'm not smart enough, because I made it through PA school. Like, if you could make it through PA school, you could make it through the Pants. You know what I mean? You can pass the Pants. The information isn't new. This is information that we've been learning, or I've been learning for the past 2.5 years of my life. So it wasn't that. Now, I'm not one for excuses. I own up to my mistakes. I own up to my shortcomings. I'm that person. I don't deny where I fell short. But a few factors might have, well, after talking to my mom, I guess these factors did play into my mindset during the exam. Okay, for one, the week of my Pants, we had 3 family members pass away. 2 of my great aunts and my great uncle passed away. Also, my great uncle's funeral was the day of my exam, and I couldn't go. And while I'm taking the exam, I'm like, yo, this is the last time I'll ever be able to see my uncle, and I can't see him because I'm taking this exam. We had a lot of family in town. My house was hectic. There's a lot of people at the house, in and out. I could barely concentrate. Another thing, I have been going through like a little, I guess, relationship problems, or a little heartbreak. And I wear my heart on my sleeve, so however I'm feeling, that's just what it is. Like, I can't hide it. I can't tuck it away as much as I try to. It just comes out. I'm a very genuine person. I'm a very loving person. And I also had like a disagreement with my best friends, and I didn't think that that played that much of a role in my stressing, or my stressors, as my mom said. But all of these things mixed together might have played a role in the amount of stress that I had. And on top of that, I have really bad anxiety. Well, I wouldn't say really bad anxiety, but I do have anxiety, and at times it can be really, really overwhelming. Especially when it's something major like a certification exam. That's when my anxiety just like pops out. And then I'm like, dang, I don't want to take a Xanax before my exam. I'm going to be tired. I won't be able to think. But I was so anxious during that exam. Like I could barely, like I could feel my heart beating on my chest. And like, I think that I got to myself, if that makes sense. Like I got into my own head because I noticed stuff. Even when I got my score report and it was telling me, it tells you like the things that you got wrong. It doesn't tell you the exact questions, but it tells you like the topic and then the type of question that it was, for lack of better terms. But I'm like, yo, I noticed stuff. Like, indeed, you noticed stuff. And I felt so ashamed. And after I called my mom, the first thing that I did was go onto Google, and I went onto YouTube and I was looking up, I failed my board / I failed my Pance. And I was looking to see if it was anybody else like me out there, because I felt so alone. I'm like, I'm the one person who failed. Like, I'm that person. Like, I'm not smart enough to be a PA. Did I choose the right career field? I did all of that to get to this point to fail. And I felt crushed. Like, my whole world just fell down because everything was going so good. I was having interviews. That was another thing. I was having a lot of interviews, or going on different interviews, preparing for those, on top of studying for my Pance, on top of applying for jobs. It was just so much going on in a short time span. And I think all of that may have played a role. And I don't think that I was in the correct mindset that day to take that exam. And where I also messed up, like I said, I'm anxious. So I studied the night before my Pance. Then I watched some review videos the morning of my Pance. That was like the worst decision I made, because I took it at 2 o'clock. There weren't any 8 a.m. slots available for that date, or anywhere near my house at least. And I fried my brain. I feel like I overstudied, if that makes sense. I put too much, I don't even know, I don't want to say too much information into my brain, but it was just too much. It was an overload, and my brain was just like, and I also feel like, I'm just keeping it real with y'all about my program. Like, it's over and done with. I've been out of school for a couple months now. My program, I feel like, is behind as far as the content that they, I don't want to say the content that they teach us, the way that they test us. We don't take the PAEA standardized exams. We don't take the PAEA EORs. We don't take that stuff. We take PACRAT twice, and that's it. Our faculty wrote our exams for us. I'm not saying that they're bad exam writers, but I do feel like we weren't as prepared for Pance as we should have been. And I'm not trying to point fingers, I'm just saying in general. Like, from the very beginning, we should have been taking PAEA exams. We should have been taking computerized exams. That's another thing. Like, the difference between paper and computer, big difference. Doesn't seem like it, but it is. Like, on your eyes, it literally drains you. Let me get another sip of water. It drains you. It's mentally draining. But I do feel like our program, our exams were difficult. Don't get me wrong. They were not easy at all. But I think that I got so conditioned to overthinking on exams just to get the right answer, because our exams were difficult. And you sometimes had to read into it, or you had to figure it out. And Pance, I don't think that they're there to trick you, but you have to know what they're asking. Like, they're asking what's the first step in management? What's the initial? What's the best? Or you just have to know those things. And I don't know. But I decided to make this video because I know that there are other people out there like me, or there are going to be other people out there who don't pass on their first try, and they feel defeated, they feel down, they feel like they're not good enough, like they're not smart enough for this profession. And you are. That exam does not test your abilities as a clinician. That exam doesn't test how smart you are, how well you are with patients, how well you'll be as a practitioner overall. That exam is like the PA version of the SAT. It's like, you know it or you don't. And you can know so much about a topic and it'll be that one thing. You're like, oh shoot, I don't know this one thing. And I was doing my research, and I won't say a lot of people failed the panre, but there's a good amount of people who failed the panre within recent years, excuse me. And imagine working for 10, 20 years as a PA, and now you go to take this panre again and you fail. And now your whole profession is done until you pass that exam. Like, imagine that. Like, that's your income, that's your livelihood, that's your career. And you've been working in dermatology for the past 10 years, and now you're being tested on cardiology, pulmonology, hematology, GI, things that you haven't seen since you took the Pance the first time. Or, you know, maybe you've gone to some review courses and you're like, oh yeah, I remember this stuff. I'm good. I've taken this exam once or twice before, and now this is your third time recertifying, and you fail. But I wanted to let people know that they aren't alone, because I felt alone. I'm like, I'm not smart enough. Like, I thought I'm not as smart as I thought I was, but that's not true. So I do have a new exam date. I am going to probably change the way I study. I don't even know what else I could do. I did the Rosh review. I did the Pance Prep Pearls. I did the other exam book. I had a notebook. I rewrote notes. I tested myself. I quizzed myself. I watched videos. I don't even know what else I can do different. But I'm the type of person, like, I'm super anxious the first time I do something, but the second time, I'm A-okay. Like, when I interviewed for PA school the first time, I was a nervous wreck. I was so anxious. My anxiety got the best of me, and that's why I got rejected. And the second time I came back, I slayed that interview. I failed my first core exam during clinical year. I failed my cardiology core exam maybe by 2 points. The next exam was pulmonology, and I got a 98 on that one. So, like, I felt defeated yesterday, but today I'm just like, you know what, India, strap on your bad bitch boots, because that's exactly what you are. You're going to strap them on, you're going to lace them up, and you're going to kill this thing, because you didn't come this far to give up now. The only way that me not passing the Pance is a failure is if I allow it to be a failure, if I give up. It's a little hump, you know, bump in the road, but it's not a failure. It's a little, you know, it's a minor setback, because I was ready to start working. I'm like, yo, I want to start working. I'm ready to make some money, ready to get my bag, ready to travel, I'm ready to move, all types of stuff. But everything doesn't always go as planned. And for anybody out there who you may have failed an exam in didactic year, clinical year, you may have failed your Pance too. You may have failed your panre, but don't give up. Like, you didn't come this far to drop, not drop, but to give up. Oh God, here goes Gucci. But you didn't go, you didn't make it this far just to let one thing stop you. And that's what I keep telling myself. Like, I had to have a positive outlook, because I had two choices. Either I could give up or I could keep pushing. And I really can't give up, because these loans not gonna pay themselves. And I didn't come this far just to fail. I came this far to succeed and to continue to succeed. And I want anybody out there who may have failed, who may have failed at something. It may be your Pance, the NP exam, the NCLEX, the dental hygienist exam, your MCAT, DAT, whatever the case may be. You didn't put all your hard work and your heart into that just to stop now. And one thing about me, I'm always real, I'm always genuine, I'm always give y'all the real. Everybody only posts their accomplishments on social media in this day and age. So everything looks glittery, it looks golden, it looks like, wow, their life is really on point. They got it going on. They got the rollie, they got the G-Wagon, they got the fits, they fly, they family together, they married, they look like they love their kids, they travel in the world. Everybody got something going on that you don't know about, but people only let you know what they want you to know, especially on social media. And I'm like, you know what? I'm mad thirsty. Woo! I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna post the good, the bad, the ugly, because that's me. And I don't want anybody to think that my journey has been picture perfect, because it's not. I don't want anybody to think that my life is perfect, because it's not. Or that I'm perfect, because I'm not. I'm far from it. I strive to be the best version of myself that I can be. But I'm not perfect. Nothing in my life is perfect. But it's a false perception on social media, on Instagram, that everybody's living this great life and that nothing bad happens to them. But everybody has something. And this is my little bad that's going on right now. Just a little smidget of my bad that's going on. There's other things going on too. More personal things, but maybe we can get into that another time. But that's what inspired me to make this video today for y'all. I hope that this can help even if it helps one person out there. I hope that it inspires you or motivates you to keep going, because this ain't it for me. This is not the end of my journey. And I do know that other people that I've touched base with who are in the same position, they feel the same way. They felt alone. They felt like they couldn't even tell nobody, because it's like, oh, this T, she's the laughing stock, or he's the laughing stock, ha ha ha, they didn't pass. No, that's not the case. You're smart enough, you're good enough, you can do it. The only thing stopping you is yourself. And I just want y'all to know that. And had I made this video yesterday, I probably would have been crying, but luckily I made it through without crying, so shout out to me for that. But on some real stuff, if y'all have any questions about this, I'm so open about it. It's okay. Just let me comment down below. Hit me on Instagram, whatever you want to do. If you do want to ask me something, you want me to keep it anonymous when I answer it, I will do that. If y'all want to do like a Q&A type of video where y'all send me questions and I just answer the questions that you guys have, we could do that too. Just let me know. I'm down for it. But yeah, this is not the end of my journey. Like, this is the shoot. We taking baby steps into it. And I also notified the job that I have a second interview with on Monday. Excuse me. I have, you know, some reflux or something. But I let them know, like, you know, I didn't pass and blah 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 blah, and I understand if you don't want to consider me as a candidate anymore for the position. If not, I would thank you for the opportunity, etc., etc. They were like, no, we would love for you to still come in for the second interview. And don't let that get you down. You can do it. So I have faith in myself. I have faith that the universe will guide me and that this is meant to be for me. And I know I'm talking like for mad long, but I just wanted to give y'all the real and raw emotions that I have about this. I couldn't sleep last night. I couldn't sleep the night before I got my results. And oh, and if you guys want to know, I did only fail by 10 points. But that's all good though, because I'm going to pass by 200 when I retake it in May. So I'll keep you guys updated on my journey to passing Pance. Maybe we can do that like on my social media. India's journey to passing the Pance. That actually sounds good to me. But make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, turn on those post notifications. I will be doing a giveaway very, 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 very soon. Make sure you're following me on Instagram and subscribe to my channel to be not a candidate. What's the word that I'm looking for? To be entered into that giveaway contest. But thank you so much. Thanks for rocking with me, and peace out.